Hello, everyone. Welcome to this special deep dive episode on one of the most captivating stories from early Islamic history. Imagine this: a renowned Jewish scholar, perched high on a date palm tree, hears news that changes his life forever. He shouts, "Allahu Akbar," so loudly that his aunt thinks he's lost his mind. But this isn't just any story. It's the true tale of Abdullah ibn Salam, a man who bridged worlds from Judaism to Islam and earned a direct promise of paradise from the Prophet Muhammad himself. Today, we're diving deep into his life for about 10 minutes. We'll explore his background, his prophetic dream, his dramatic conversion, and the lessons that still resonate today. I'll weave in historical facts from reliable sources to paint a full picture. If you're into history, faith, or just epic human stories, stick around. This one's gonna hook you. And at the end, I'll share a call to action inspired by the Prophet Muhammad as the ultimate mentor of mankind. Let's jump in. Born as Al-Husayn ibn Salam around the early 7th century in Yathrib, what we now know as Medina, Saudi Arabia, he came from a prominent Jewish family of the Banu Qaynuqa tribe. Historical accounts from Islamic traditions, like those in Sahih al-Bukhari and Ibn Ishaq's Sirah, describe him as a wealthy landowner with vast date palm orchards. But he wasn't just rich, he was a rabbi, a deep scholar of the Torah and other scriptures. People in Medina respected him immensely. Jews and non-Jews alike saw him as a man of piety, wisdom, and integrity. He divided his day into 3 parts: one for worship and teaching in the synagogue, one for tending his gardens, which symbolized his grounded, humble life, and one for nighttime study. He was quiet, serene, and always helping others. But beneath that calm exterior burned a passion. He pored over prophecies in the Torah about a coming prophet. Texts like Deuteronomy 18:18 spoke of a prophet like Moses from among their brethren, and Husayn believed this figure would migrate to Yathrib. He prayed fervently that God would let him live long enough to meet this prophet, recognize him, and follow him. Little did he know, his prayers were about to be answered in the most extraordinary way.
Interestingly, Jewish Encyclopedia notes he was one of the most significant Jewish figures in early Islamic history, dying in 663 CE during the Caliphate of Muawiyah. He even participated in key events like the Battle of Uhud and the conquest of Mecca, showing his full commitment post-conversion. His story isn't just religious, it's a bridge between Judaism and Islam, highlighting shared prophetic traditions. Now, let's get to the heart of the story, a dream that foreshadowed everything. As recounted in authentic hadiths from Sahih Muslim and others, one night during the Prophet's blessed era, Husayn had a vivid dream. He was asleep when a man appeared, grabbed his hand, and led him on a journey. They reached a fork, a left path that looked tempting, but the guide said, "Leave it, it's not for you." Then a clear, bright path on the right appeared. "Follow this," the guide urged. Husayn walked until he entered a vast, lush garden, green, vibrant, filled with singing birds. In the center stood an iron pillar, rooted deep in the earth, its top piercing the heavens. At the summit, a golden ring. The guide commanded, "Climb it." Husayn protested, "I can't." But a servant appeared, lifting him higher and higher until he grasped the ring with both hands. He held on tight until morning. Waking up, Husayn rushed to the Prophet Muhammad, who'd just migrated to Medina in 622 CE after the Hijrah. He shared the dream, and the Prophet interpreted it with profound insight. The left path? That's for the people of the left hand, those destined for hell. The right path? For the people of the right hand, the inhabitants of paradise. The garden? Islam itself, beautiful and expansive. The pillar? The pillar of faith. And that golden ring? The firm handhold of true belief, which Husayn would cling to until his last breath. Can you imagine the chills? This dream wasn't random, it was divine guidance. Historical dives on sites like Ward Here News confirm this as a key moment, symbolizing his transition from doubt to certainty. It shows how dreams in Islamic tradition can be windows to truth. Think of Prophet Joseph's dreams in the Quran. Engaging, right? It pulls you in, making you wonder, what if we paid more attention to our own inner calls? Hussein didn't just wait passively. From biographies on Islam Web and YouTube lectures by Dr. Omar Suleiman, we know he anticipated the Prophet's arrival intensely. He compared the Prophet's described signs, name, lineage, characteristics, timing, and place, to Torah prophecies. Medina was buzzing with rumors of a prophet from Mecca fleeing persecution. Hussein kept quiet, verifying in silence. Then the day came. The Prophet arrived in Quba, a suburb of Medina, in September 622 CE. A messenger announced it while Hussein was working in his palm grove, trimming branches. His aunt, Khalida bint al-Harith, an elderly wise woman, sat below. Overjoyed, Hussein cried, "Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar!" His aunt scolded, "May God disappoint you. If it were Moses, son of Imran, you wouldn't react more." He replied, "Aunt, by God, this is the brother of Moses, on the same religion." Dropping everything, he rushed to the Prophet's door amid a crowd. The first words he heard, "Spread peace, feed the hungry, pray at night while others sleep, and enter paradise in peace." Peering at the Prophet's face, Hussein thought, this isn't the face of a liar. Boom, instant recognition. Approaching boldly, Hussein declared the Shahada, testimony of faith in Allah and Muhammad as his messenger. The Prophet asked his name, Husayn ibn Salam. Smiling, the Prophet renamed him, "No, you are Abdullah ibn Salam, servant of God, son of peace." Abdullah accepted joyfully, vowing no other name. But he was strategic. Knowing the Jews' envy and deceit, he asked the Prophet to hide him and summon Jewish leaders. "Ask about my status before revealing my conversion," he said. The Prophet agreed. Hidden in a chamber, Abdullah overheard the leaders praise him. "He's our chief, scholar, and son of a scholar." The Prophet invited them to Islam, citing shared scriptures. They resisted, arguing falsely. Then the key question, what if Abdullah accepts Islam? They swore, "God forbid, but if he did, we'd follow." Abdullah emerged. "O Jews, fear God and accept what Muhammad brings. You know he's the prophet from your Torah." Their faces turned. "Liar, you're the worst among us," they spat, hurling insults. Abdullah turned to the Prophet. "See, I warned you, they're treacherous." This moment, detailed in hadiths and historical sites like alislam.org, exposed hypocrisy and solidified Abdullah's faith. Then he converted his family, including his aunt, in secret first. Post-conversion, Abdullah became inseparable from the Prophet. He fought in battles like Uhud in 625 CE, where he was wounded, and the Trench in 627 CE. He mastered the Quran, reciting it constantly, becoming a Quran opener, explaining its depths. His wealth? Donated generously to the community. A famous incident, in a mosque gathering, as Abdullah left, people whispered, "Whoever wants to see a man of paradise, look at him." A young man followed, asking why. Abdullah shared his dream story humbly, crediting God's mercy. The Prophet had publicly declared him among the people of paradise, one of only 10 companions with this honor. From Jewish encyclopedia and other sources, he lived to 663 CE, advising caliphs and teaching. His story inspires interfaith dialogue today, showing how truth transcends backgrounds. Historically, Abdullah's conversion weakened Jewish opposition in Medina, leading to treaties and shifts. He bridged Abrahamic faiths, confirming prophecies. In modern terms, his life echoes themes of seeking truth amid bias, relevant in our divided world. What a journey! From rabbi to paradise-bound companion, Abdullah ibn Salam teaches us to seek truth fearlessly. And at the center, the Prophet Muhammad, the mentor of mankind, guiding humanity with compassion, wisdom, and justice. If this story moved you, take action. Dive deeper into the Prophet's life as the ultimate mentor. Read books like Muhammad, His Life Based on the Earliest Sources by Martin Lings, or watch series on his teachings. Subscribe to this channel for more inspiring Islamic histories. Like, share, and comment your thoughts below. Let's follow the Prophet's example, spread peace, help others, and hold firm to faith. Until next time, Assalamu alaikum.